They're really kept nicely. I mean, look at all the flowers and.
Yeah, someone's keeping it up.
Jeez.
Maybe looking around a little bit. Make sure it's safe.
Maybe the president is gonna make me secretary of.
I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
And I see you, dearie.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am in South Central Los Angeles. Well, just above it, just a little bit above it. Here for a very, very famous horror movie location. A little movie called People Under the Stairs. Spoiler alert, these people are mean. But they're kind of redeemed themselves in the end. But they're not really mean. We'll get to that. Here I am with Matt and Tim from the Happy Horror Time podcast.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Thanks, Scott.
No problem. Now you guys have a podcast and you've interviewed a lot of horror actors.
That's right.
Yeah, we review recent horror movies. We talk to horror celebs. We do it all. We just love horror, and we're so happy to be here on this tour with you.
And you got Tommy from Part 6, didn't
That's
you?
right.
We did, and
Jason lives.
he's
Friday
coming
the
back
13th.
in fan films. He's doing like a bunch of fan films, and he's reprising the role. So we're excited.
I'm a Jason fan. You're a Michael Myers fan.
I'm a Jason fan too.
Jason fan
He's
too.
wearing the Halloween t-shirt. Yeah.
But you're also an expert, somewhat.
I'm a Halloween expert. Tim's more, Friday the 13th. But, we love all horror. And so we're just here for the ride.
That's right.
But I think you know the most, Tim, about People Under the Stairs.
That's right.
How many times did you see it in the theater, did you say?
Back in 1999, when I was a mere 14-year-old, I saw it 5 times.
5 times.
Jeez.
It's a Wes Craven film. It's a cult classic now. People love this movie. Now, full disclosure, I watched it once way back in the day. I liked it. I watched it again last night. Whoa. Bit of a chore.
Yes.
It's good, but the acting is so over the top.
We will get him out of our house. He's filthy. He's bad. He's awful.
It's so crazy. And there's some lines that are like, what did he just say? And they're a little questionable, but the effects are good. And it's got a great story.
And it stars Ed and Nadine from Twin Peaks.
Right?
Yes, AJ Langer.
From My So-Called Life.
There's so many, and the kid from The Sandlot, what's his name? Brandon?
Brandon Adams.
Sandlot and Mighty Ducks, and of course Ving Rhames. Pretty much every character actor from the 90s is in this movie.
Yeah.
Right?
And Wes Craven. Having a all-star director.
Yeah.
He just did a few movies that, not many people have heard of.
I think it's better than some of other Wes Craven films. Deadly Friend, what?
Yeah. What was the other one? Did he do Shocker? Was that him too?
Shocker.
Oh, and he did Chiller, a TV movie, before he even did
Serpent in the
Really?
Rainbow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When My Soul to Take, not one of his best.
That was a later one, right? That was
it was one
it's
of the latest.
Near
And
the
then,
end
of
his.
course, the whole Scream series.
Yep.
R.I.P. Wes Craven, we love you.
Yeah, we do. Wes Craven. But here is the house for People Under the Stairs. Right here. All right. So there it is. That's the house from People Under the Stairs. 1991, Wes Craven. I make fun of the movie, but it actually has some really great parts. I love it. Tell me about this house. It's called the Thomas Phillips residence?
Yeah, and apparently it was built in 1905, which means it's 116 effing years old.
Wow.
But it's on sale.
For how much?
$2.5 million.
$2.5 million. All right, you hear that, everybody? Let's all chip in.
All right. I have $1.
It'll be like a TikTok house, but for viewers on my channel. And he was the founder, one of the founders of Los Angeles, I believe. That's why it was built for him.
Wait, it's 109 years old?
116 years
116.
old. 1905. Yeah, and it looks it, let me tell
Yeah.
you.
8 bedrooms.
8 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to bring Halloween into everything, but the Halloween tie to this house is that in the 2007 Rob Zombie remake, apparently they filmed the exterior scenes with young Michael Myers in the kitchen before he kills.
Interior scenes.
Sorry, interior
Right.
scenes.
The
They
kitchen.
filmed it in this house, which
Yeah.
is crazy. So Has a tie to the Halloween series too.
Yeah, I did the Rob Zombie location. I knew they were in 2 different houses, and I wasn't sure which ones, but this is it. Now, let me just pull back a little bit. So you get lots of scenes shot right here, and of course the famous ending scene where the house blows. Now, you know what? Let's explain the movie a little bit. 1 second.
Okay, so Tim, you know the movie.
Yes,
Explain it, give it to me in 30 seconds or less.
Okay, Fool has to save his building, which
Who's
is...
Fool?
Fool is played by Brandon Adams from the Mighty Ducks.
He's a little guy.
Yes, he's very little, and he has got to save his mother because she's really, really sick. So he goes to the house where the owners are, and he's like, he dresses up as a Boy Scout, and he goes with 2 real robbers, and they're like, he poses as a Cub Scout, and then he's got to get the money out of the basement. But to see the man and the woman, they want perfect children. So when they don't get the perfect children, they shove them down in the basement and they feed them scraps. So when they break into the house, they get killed.
Best elevator pitch ever.
But Fool lives, the kid lives.
But Fool lives, and he's trapped in the house, and he befriends the beautiful AJ Langer from My So-Called Life. And then
Mother and father
are real creepy, and they're just all creepy. And then they want to kill the people that are in the house. And then Kelly Jo Minter from Nightmare on Elm Street 5, she knocks on the door, and she goes, "Hey, we gotta get that money." And then
she's like, "Hey, I was in Nightmare on 5.
Right,
Do you remember
she
that?"
said, "Don't forget I was with Freddy." And she's so impressed, she lets her in.
Yeah. and how's it end?
He comes back into the house.
Yes.
After he escapes.
After he escapes, he's got to go back and save the girl.
Right.
And so he does save her, and then she takes out the woman, her mom.
Yeah.
And she also, then the dad blows up at the end. But when the house blows up, all the money goes out to the street. And everyone's like, and everyone's running around and getting that money.
Well, if you haven't seen the movie before, you definitely don't want to see it now.
I just gave away the ending.
Yeah, no.
But it's 30 years old.
Yeah, I think it's spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's 30 years old.
It's very political.
Yeah,
especially for
it's
its
very
time.
political.
Yes, it is.
Wes Craven took on quite a heavy subject with it.
And it could be studied today because I don't know how much has changed in 30 years.
But it's acted well. Like the performances are
good
really
score, atmospheric.
Yeah.
I love it. I watch it every night before bed.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
Oh boy.
Now I do have let's talk about the acting for a second. Because you said the acting, I don't know if you used the word phenomenal.
No, definitely not phenomenal, but good.
They're good. They're good, but they're a little over the top.
The burning hell!
I think, yes, you're right. I think loving Nadine and Ed from Twin Peaks, they're so kooky and weird. To have them in this movie and be even more kooky and weird, I was like, I love it.
Do you like his sex suit?
Ed
Oh yeah, what's going on with the father?
He's
He's like a gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, and he wears it, and he's trying to get with his daughter a little bit.
Yeah, that is definitely creepy.
Yeah, it's really weird. And also some of the dialogue we were talking about, like there's a few questionable words used, and then of course
it's not politically correct.
No,
Definitely
and Ving Rhames when he says, "Yeah, maybe excuse me the language, but maybe they'll make me secretary." What?
I think that's an actual role now.
Right. I don't say that often.
I don't know if Tim would be secretary.
Maybe the president is going to make me secretary.
So yeah, the ending scene, this whole house blows up.
Money goes everywhere.
Everywhere, but they actually must have put in fake windows because it's shot here.
Yeah.
They shot it right here on the
I
street.
think it blows out the chimney, right?
That blows out the chimney, and then all the windows blow out though at the end. And what I found really cool is right across the street, this is where Fool and Ving Rhames' character are waiting. That building still stands. There's that little townhouse complex there.
Oh, wow.
That's where they're waiting. And then over here, so they did shoot all on the property because they use this driveway extensively. Because when they're coming in, right here, there's a lot of shots with that house in the background right there. You can see that house, so you know that they actually shot right up this driveway. I'm not sure what's going on in this house now. Do you guys know what's going on here? It's for sale, but there's people here.
For sale? Let's hope. Maybe people are trying to rob it.
Yeah.
They're under the stairs.
Yeah. They're trying to get those people out.
So what? But what's interesting is from my memory of it, I thought the people under the stairs were evil. They're not. They're kids.
Captured,
Captured cannibalistic kids.
The evil people are mother and father.
Right.
Yeah.
They want the perfect kid, and when they're not perfect, they cut out their tongue. So what was it? It was see no evil,
Hear no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they cut out the one kid's tongue, and the one kid, Roach, he lives in the walls.
Yeah.
He's made his escape, and they can't capture him, kind of thing. There's a lot going on in this movie.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of shots right up here where.
There's a pond, remember, he jumps off the roof into a pond, and then they fill it with glass, so he can't.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I must have. I don't know. I must have had a fugue at that moment for 30 seconds when I watched it last night. But yeah, there's lots of shots right up here, which is very, very cool. And it's supposed to be a funeral home. So there was a funeral home sign right here. Robesons Funeral Home, I believe, right on the front lawn. Was it right here?
So,
Would have been right around here.
Definitely wasn't here.
Now, another interesting thing about this street, right across the street, one of my favorite movies, and it's not the one you're thinking of, Matt, but one of my favorite movies is No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman.
Nobody.
One of the scariest horror movies.
One of the
I've ever
freakiest
seen.
horror. Well, Ashton Kutcher's acting alone, but this is the frat house where they meet a few years later. So this is early on in the movie. They have a scene where they're going in and out of this place right here. Let's go a little closer. So that's a famous movie house right across the street, but it's also famous for something else.
Yes,
Matt.
so two big things.
Yeah.
Number one, it's the house that was used for Twice Dead, the 1988 horror movie starring Jill Whitlow, who we love and we got to the pleasure of interviewing for our podcast. Secondly, because I love any tie to Halloween, it was also used for the Halloween remake. Apparently they used it for the internal scenes for the Strode living room where poor Dee Wallace and her husband get murdered.
Cujo.
They also used it apparently for the upstairs internal
Where he
scene.
kills his sister?
The little Michael Myers kills his sister and it's like washing off that knife when he kills the rat. So there's a lot of Halloween stuff between these two houses. At least Rob Zombie Halloween.
Right. Now I knew that the living room scene was shot here. I wasn't sure about the upstairs, but I've done that house. That's over in Pasadena or somewhere, I believe. I did a couple years ago. But that house in the one in Pasadena where Dee Wallace gets killed, it looks like the same living room if you're standing outside of it, but now that I'm looking here, it looks a lot bigger. A lot more room inside to film. But we're here for people under the stairs. But isn't that cool? Isn't that cool that right across the street? Should we?
I think I like Twice Dead.
Yeah, it's a very interesting movie and a very interesting dynamic between the brother-sister. So
If you like 1988.
it's like a supernatural-ish type of movie.
Right.
Like, it's fun. It's a totally 80s
and Willis
type of
is
movie.
in it from Different Strokes.
Todd Bridges.
Todd Bridges.
Not too shabby.
I couldn't remember Todd Bridges.
Oh, look at that. So let's get a few close-ups here. Because when Mother in the film is greeting the police, and when Fool is dresses up as a Boy Scout to try to get into the house, and that was all shot on that side of the house. But so they don't really use the front entrance too much. But if you look right up there, Jesus. So it's a little. This house has got a lot going on. Yeah, all up here on this side of the house is where they shot a lot of those scenes with Fool. Right back there where that Mercedes van is. Well. And the police, the cops come a few times to the house, right? Yeah. They're here. Knock. But at the end, when the money blows up and the house blows up and all the citizens are gathering up the money, it was all shot right here. And the kids...
And you know who else gets out? The people under the stairs.
Right. And that's what I was just about to say. They just wander off.
Wait, so are you saying they're no longer under the stairs?
No, the people are out of the stairs.
People are out of the stairs.
People on the street.
The sequel.
But they just kind of blend in and they just walk away. So it leaves it open for a sequel, kind of. But it's what are they going to do? They're malnourished, cannibalistic children that are left on the street.
Yeah.
They're going to start eating
Yeah.
like a storm.
needs
But-
a good time.
But you know, if we pretended like we wanted to buy it, we could probably get a tour.
Yeah.
2.5 million.
Of course, in my back pocket.
The grounds are really kept nicely. I mean, look at all the flowers and.
Yeah, someone's keeping it up.
Yeah.
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
Jeez.
Okay, should we go?
Is that a?
Okay.
That. Time to go. All right, so that's it from the house, from people under the stairs. Matt and Tim, get on in here.
Whoa!
That's it, right behind us.
Hi.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it again tonight because I want to put in some screenshots, and I think I'm gonna like it more a third time.
That's right.
I just have a feeling that it's one that's gonna grow me again because I did like it back in the day.
Yeah.
Last night I was
it's a bad
laughing. I was
time.
laughing, but it is a bit of a horror comedy.
Yeah,
right?
it's obscure. It
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
is.
Like some of it, the comedy is intentional, but it's being ranged, man. Being ranged. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. People on the stairs. Let's go somewhere else. Peace. Out.
Maybe the president is gonna make me secretary of police.